Thank you, Kenny. In a show, I will not speak for Rico. It is a show I'm not sure we were ever going to be able to do. I'm now in year 20 in Detroit, year 23 overall in the business. We are doing a show before a home playoff game. And I want to say something, and I clued Rico in off air on this. So, no, Rico hasn't disappeared. I want to set something up briefly. I don't take any of this lightly. Like, we all say it. Sports is not real, right? Like, sports is the escape. We have fun with it. I'm largely irreverent. I'll occasionally toss a chair. But generally speaking, it's not real life. But with stuff like this, there are a lot of people who are not going to get to see the Lions have a home playoff game because they're not with us anymore. There are entire family stories that those people thought they'll get there next year. They'll be there eventually. There's no way they can't win a division in 10 years, 20 years, 30. And you arrive there. You know, if you're a Wolverine fan, you've just exercised some of the demons by winning the national championship. You were a Spartan fan. How many good Spartans who didn't go to that Rose Bowl in 87 weren't with us by the time the team made it back? I say it to say this. There is no fan base more deserving that has waited longer, that has suffered more, that has been done wrong more by prior regimes. And in many ways, the story of the Lions, it emulates the story of the city of Detroit. It is struggle, and it is strife, and it is life not being fair. And I don't want you to think any of what we do today is smarm. Like, I can tell you openly and honestly, like, I want this almost as bad as you want it. I could never want it more than you. But I don't want you to think that when we begin to talk about this game, any of this is trite, any of it is smug, any of it is sarcasm, or any of it is fake. Because as we take the air today, and we're going to do our deal, and we're going to try to have some laughs and some fun, I can tell you I feel like a piece of human garbage to tell you that I don't think they're getting this done. That if Sam LaPorta doesn't play, or play as the man we know as Sam LaPorta, I think they're losing to the Rams. And I hate myself for saying it. I hate myself for feeling it. But I will hate myself more if I wasn't honest with my listeners. I've been with you guys for 20 years. You think I want to come on the air and tell you that I think they're going to break your heart, break my heart, break this city's heart? No. The easiest path forward would be to lie to you. Tell you they're going to win by 50. Hype you up. Blue pills for everybody. I've never done my job that way, and I'm not going to do it today. I have so many football reasons, and here's where we're going to start. You guys have to tell me if any of you are feeling what I'm feeling. That it's a safe space, that you're not a bad fan or a turd or a hater. Like, you're just worried like I am. You're playing the hottest team in football. They've got weapons. They've got the running game. They've got the pass rush. They've got the more experienced coach. And I'm sorry. I am very worried that this LaPorta thing could upend everything that we expect offensively. So I want to talk about it. And I want to have fun with you guys. And I don't want you to think that it's like, oh, that's just radio. No, like, I take it serious. I want so badly to come on the air and say, Rico, we are winning this division. We are winning. I've said it for a year. I believed when barely any fans believed. But they got the wrong draw here, and they have the wrong guy hurt. And as we start the show today, I need the people maybe to pump me up, change my mind. Maybe the people agree. Maybe the fact that nobody comes on the air and says what I'm saying will open a window to the people who are afraid to speak up. Like, you're not a bad fan if you're worried. You're not a coward. You're not an idiot. You're not a hater. So let's talk, because I wish it were Sunday night right now. I want to watch this game. I want to be wrong about this more than any prediction in my career, because you guys deserve that. You just, there's no fan base in any sport, in any town, that deserves this more than you guys, to feel some joy and get this cartoon safe off your back. But Rico, I said it to you when we sounded the alarms Wednesday. I've done all of my prep work for the game to do the show with Boomer Esiason, to do Cash the Ticket. I can't lie. So I'll throw the number out, and I want to start the show. And I want to see where people are at. Concern level, you want to call up, say it's a 0. Mike, you're acting like a bitch. Do whatever you got to do to make yourself feel better. You're not going to hurt my feelings.
Oh, buddy,
I'm shooting you straight.
You don't even need to throw the number out. The people have responded already.
No, boy. 248-539-9797. I'd feel dirty if I didn't say the number. Go ahead. Rico, as I opened the show. Am I out of line? Am I out of order? Am I out of my mind?
No, you're not. I agree with a lot of things you said. The LaPorta injury bothers me as people are like, oh, but he's practicing. But then I look and see this gigantic knee brace on him, and he's not going full speed. He's kind of jogging. I do think it's a lot of posturing to get the Rams to believe that he's going to play. I don't think that if he does, it'll be for a decoy. It's not going to be for anything substantial, maybe a trick play. Instead of, having Taylor Decker go in the game, you'll put him in. But other than that, I look at the LaPorta thing. That bothers me. The other thing that really bothers me is the fact that the Rams are coming in here with a full arsenal of receivers and your secondary, and I look at what they did over the last 3 games, and it was embarrassing. I mean, Nick Mullins, for 2 games, torched you. Dak, okay, Dak is Dak. But Nick Mullins should not have thrown for 800 yards. That's just unacceptable.
Can I offer a power stat? Cookies and I always joke, power trends. If LaPorta doesn't play, and we know Khalif Raymond's not, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Lions are missing 31% of their first downs for the season. Sam LaPorta accounted for 48 first downs by himself. That is crippling. I put it on par. You can laugh. You can say, Mike, it's not the same thing. To me, this would be the equivalent of the Cowboys losing CeeDee Lamb this weekend. This would be the equivalent of, the Houston Texans losing Nico Collins this weekend. That is the level of impact this man has on this offense.
Yeah, I would be right there with you, Mike. It's if, Nakua is not there for the Rams. We would be feeling a lot better about this game. I would.
Look, I've got a zillion football reasons. I don't want to empty the bag to start the show. I hate it. I hate myself for feeling this way. I don't want to do this. I mean, hell, Rico, you and I have how many years of radio experience do the two of us have together? And then how much do we have in total? I've waited my whole career to do a show like this in this town. This is home. Mm-hmm. You're a New Yorker. Dude, I've spent every day of my life here since I was 17. Detroit's my home. It's my home by choice. And I just wish I could come on the air and just, do the helicopter and be excited and just say, F it, YOLO, we're partying. I'm I feel guilty. I never feel guilty having a sports opinion. I feel New York Catholic guilt, Rico. I feel guilt. I don't want to feel this way. 248-539-9797.
That's some strong guilt right there, that New York Catholic guilt. That's strong.
Kidding.
Oh, then add Italian to the mix and you get the holy trinity of guilt. How could you treat your mother that way? She misses you.
I'm not angry at you. I'm just very disappointed.
That's where I feel. David, tell me.
Here's the thing. I'm listening to everything you're saying. I disagree. I believe the Lions will win, but that isn't what you're saying. You're scared, and I think it's just fine for fans and yourself to be scared. Matthew Stafford's coming into town, and they have a potent offense. They have 2 wide receivers that are really good. What secondary is stopping that? The Lions have had trouble. And Sutton, for the last few weeks, has been dealing with an injury, and you can see it on the field he's dealing with a toe injury because he's getting burned every game. So it is fair to be scared and to think that the Lions are going to lose. And you're right, the fans don't deserve that. They deserve the best. It's been how long? How long have they waited to get a home playoff game. They finally get it. You've been saying all year they're going to win a division. They're going to get it. They're going to win a playoff game. And you get here and everything's changed. And I blame Dan Gamble. I blame Dan Gamble. You don't play your starters last week. You don't have an injury issue with LaPorta, and you're probably confident in this game.
You know what, though? Let's look at it this way. San Francisco was never an available opponent, right? I would argue I'd rather play any other team in the NFC this weekend than the team you're playing. Think about that. That's not hyperbole. Really think about it. And I look at this. The Rams have won 7 of 8. Their one loss was in Baltimore in overtime, 37-31 on a punt return. Last, 7-8 weeks of the season, they have the top pass rush in football. They have a power running game. This Kyron Williams is a revelation. Rico's right. They don't have CeeDee Lamb, or they don't have Justin Jefferson. They have 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And when I look at the Lions, and we don't have Khalif Raymond and we don't have Sam LaPorta, you know what else I worry about? It's something TJ told me. And I said it earlier in the week, and I'm going to say it again today. I'm worried this moment might be too big for this team. In many ways, it's almost like going on the road would be easier. You're hearing a lot of that out of Philly this week, how the Eagles are actually relieved to be on the road because the home fans put such pressure on them, and they can boo really quick. You know, this idea of this team is so young, it's so inexperienced, and they're not only at home, and they're not only at home and favored, it's at night. People can laugh and go, oh, that doesn't matter. It absolutely does. Ask anyone who's played the game. They'll tell you it matters. And you, the fan, are going to make this, in my opinion, the best venue of the weekend. And I get worried. And I'm telling you, look, we'll find out at 4 o'clock. We're less than 2 hours away. We'll get a designation on LaPorta. And if LaPorta plays and he's Willis Reed and they win the game, hey, happy to be wrong. Want desperately to be wrong. But I don't know that he's playing. And frankly, Rico, I couldn't agree with you more. If he's out there wearing J.J. Watt's elbow brace on his knee, a.k.a. the bionic leg, I'm sorry. That's not the Sam LaPorta we rely on. So, here, and you know what? I'll say this, and then I know we're here till 6. We don't need to do it all in one segment. But this is the moment where not having a superstar quarterback hurts us. And I am a Goff defender. I like him. I'm happy to pay him if he wins the game. I'm happy to keep him here. I don't want him gone like other people. But this is where not having a Josh Allen or a Lamar or a Mahomes or a Burrow, this is where it hurts you. Because one portion of that supporting cast shouldn't have me feeling the way I feel. I'm sure somewhere Jim Costa's priming his pump after I just said that into a microphone. 248-539-9797. We ready to roll? We ready to get the people to 6 o'clock?
Let's do it.
All right, let's party. We'll get to your phone calls next. 97.1.